Episode of the Author Collaborative. As always, I'll be talking to an author whose book I have recently read and enjoyed. My guest for today is author Venuka Goyal, and she has been a guest on this show multiple times, and she has also been very supportive of the blog hop series that I co-host with Sukhana Majid, which is Every Conversation Matters blog hop series, and she has been a sponsor on that multiple times as well. And I'm excited to have her today on the show today because it's been a while since I have done this with her in the Author Collaborative show. And we are going to talk about her latest book, the first part of her latest book actually. And it's a funny rom-com that I read and enjoyed a lot. We are going to talk about the genre, the writing, the characters, and much more. So it's going to be a very interesting episode. So do stay connected. I will start the episode with her once she's here and I'll be able to add her. Do stay with us till then. She should be here in a few minutes, in fact, few seconds, and we'll then start the episode right away. Do stay connected. Okay, Venuka is already here. Okay. Yes, I. You have to just turn on the front camera now.
Is this working now?
Yes, it's working. Hi.
Oh,
How
hi.
are you?
Good. How are you, Manali?
All good, all good. And I'm very sorry that the entire 12 months of 2025 I didn't have you at all.
Nothing to be sorry about. By chance miss हो गया और क्या?
हाँ मतलब हाँ हो ही गया and I didn't even realize that you have had two books and we could have done this twice but
हमने
now.
कसम खाई है हम हर साल करेंगे
Yes. तो वो एक साल मिस हो गया मेरा.
No.
And as always, it was fun to read your book. But before we get to that, can you briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
Oh yes, definitely. My name is Venuka Goyal, and I write romance novels. My first book was Stuck with Me for Life, and yeah, I mean, currently I'm writing this series called Arrogant Stranger, and that's what we'll talk about. And my books are available on Kindle Unlimited. And yeah, pretty much that's me.
Yes, and coming to the Arrogant Stranger, I'm going to quickly show everyone the cover, but it is also visible behind Venuka if you are
Yes.
quick enough to
This one
notice.
is in black and white, but I'm sure you'll show the color one.
Yes, I shall.
मेरा ये printer बेचारा black and white है तो.
But let me show the beautiful cover in the colorful version. This is what it looks like, and I'm sure, as always, you have designed this, right?
Yes. I designed it, and I actually drew these figures on the computer myself. Then I background and all I chose from somewhere, but ये मैंने drawing करके बनाया.
Oh, that I mean, digitally drawn by yourself.
Digitally drawn by me. These two figures.
Nice.
Quite fun. So I design the covers of my own books.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. Yes, इतना तो याद है. एक साथ में इतना नहीं भूली हूँ मैं.
नहीं मैं बाकी सबको I'm continuing to introduce myself.
Yes. So I read the book and I'm very excited to dive into the second one. But we are going to focus on the first book today. Where the one thing that struck me was you have very smartly ended it where the things are starting to heat up between the two characters. Yeah, very interesting it is becoming. So you are compelled to pick up the next book to know कि ये chemistry आगे कैसे unfold होगी. So that's very nicely done. And the other thing is, being an NRI myself and someone who had to move out of her hometown for studying, I could totally relate to the lead character, female character Sia, because she's like floundering in the new country also, and so different from where she grew up. And then there is that flatmate also. I could connect to that character also because I also used to share a flat with my roommates, and the kind of banter that these two women are having, तो वैसा ही relation equation था मेरा भी. And of course, the chemistry between the lead characters is also like, wow. I mean, I was laughing, smiling, or also sighing, remembering my own college days. So yeah, that very nicely done. All the elements, all the feelings tied together.
Thank you so much.
On the basis of that, I have picked up a part to read, which I found not only hilarious, of course, it was hilarious, but I also found it relatable because something very similar happened to me when I took a trip with my BFF to Australia. And oh, yeah, same thing. I'm just going to read out so that people understand the context. And could you guide me to the page number here? Uh, I think it was chapter 4, right?
Yeah, it's in the beginning only, first few chapters, correct.
Okay. Yes, found it.
4 sounds about right, yeah.
So I'm going to start from the part where the cab has not arrived. So to give context to everyone who's listening, Sia had booked a cab to go to the bus station, and the cab be cancelled at the last moment, and this is how the scene is going.
Mhm.
Yeah, the cab should have been here 15 minutes ago, Sia replied. Maybe you should call the guy, suggested Maya. Sia made the call, and on hearing what the cab driver had to say, her heart sank. What was she going to do? There was going to be no cab. The cab driver had cancelled and was not going to be persuaded to change his mind. This was not Mumbai where you could just walk down the street and get a cab or auto. You needed to book a cab, and her cab driver had cancelled at the 11th hour. No, it was the 13th hour. What was she going to do? None of her seniors who had cars would be available at such short notice. How was she supposed to go downtown Columbus to catch the intercity bus? Her brain was in overdrive. It was running helter skelter but not going anywhere. It was going in an endless loop of thinking about options that would never work. All the cab, not an option. All a senior who has a car, not an option. Walk downtown, too far away. Catch a city bus, no direct bus that would reach downtown on time. Fly downtown, Sia had no wings. Teleport, the technology was not yet developed. Have aliens beam her up? She didn't want to be abducted. Call a cab, not an option. Sia was sure she was going to miss the bus. She had been looking forward to going to Pittsburgh so much. What a disaster. What's wrong? Maya's voice finally got through to Sia. You look like someone died. Cancelled is all Sia could manage to say, distraught. You still have some time, said Maya. If we hurry, you could catch a city bus that goes downtown. What? Said Sia. There is no direct bus. I would have to switch buses. I would never reach on time. There is no direct bus from the bus stop down the street, but there is a direct bus from High Street. High Street, cried Sia. High Street is so far away. I have luggage. I know, said Maya, looking at the bus schedule that she had fished out. That's why we need to hurry. It takes 20 minutes to walk there, but there is a bus scheduled to leave from there in 17 minutes. Let's rush. I'll help you with your stuff. The scene on West 8th Avenue that day was unprecedented. Two Indian girls were running down High Street like their lives depended on it. There was a suitcase that they didn't quite know what to do with. First, the shorter one with long black hair was dragging the suitcase on the pavement, making use of its wheels. Her hair was flapping wildly, and her small sling bag was swaying with her every leap as she made her way down the street, bundled up in her trench coat and beanie cap. The taller girl was in a puffer jacket that was carelessly thrown on. Her brown Uggs boots were marching forward at a steady pace until she stopped short at a crossing. She looked back at the other girl who had slowed down. The taller girl snatched the suitcase from the shorter girl. She pushed down the handle that the shorter girl had been using to drag the suitcase. She grabbed the luggage by the handle on the side and ran with it. They made good progress for a few minutes, but the state of their lungs and heart were anybody's guess. They were huffing and puffing, but they kept going. Soon, the taller girl started to lag behind. Obviously, she was weighed down by carrying the luggage. The shorter girl stopped. She grabbed one wheel of the suitcase. Now both the girls were running, carrying the suitcase between them. They ran past the houses, they ran across the cross streets, they ran through the snow, they ran with all their might. It was epic. So, yeah, something like this has happened with me in Australia, and we were carrying, because we were allowed to carry 30 kgs, and both of us, I had gone with my friend, and both of us were carrying 30 kgs each of a big bag and a small bag, the cabin luggage. It was also about 10 to 12 kgs. And once we reached the city that we were supposed to reach, we realized that we would have to climb up the steps with that. There was no ramp to take the trolley bag with us. So
No,
yeah, we actually carried those bags on our heads like this.
what? 30 kgs?
And what we had to actually do was, one of us, because we had 30 kgs each,
Yeah.
one of us, we took turns carrying those. In one turn, she carried the 30 kgs bag, and I carried the trolley bag. We came back down the stairs in the next stop.
For the other person's luggage.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
That's incredible.
so I was definitely reminded of that particular bit from my own life. And this was so funny. I was laughing all throughout because I could picture the two girls taking turns to carry the heavy luggage and then giving up and then dividing it amongst themselves. So yeah, fun read. And other funny and relatable scenes also. So do go check out the book. And whether or not Sia managed to catch the bus, you have to read that in the book. And Venuka, based on my reading and of your journey so far as a writer, I've read multiple books by you and I've seen your journey as a writer. I had a few questions for you. Would you be kind enough to answer those?
Definitely.
Okay, so my first question to you is, I have already mentioned that you have very smartly ended this book on a very, uh, you know, smart note, I would say, where you are compelled to pick up the next book. So my first question is, as this is the first book in a series, how did you decide where to pause the romance while still leaving readers satisfied and curious?
So this was the learning experience for me because I mean I've never really written a series before.
Hmm.
I have one Love in Indore series, but that's just 2 books, and I did not. Those were not written as a series. Like I wrote one book, it did well, so I thought might as well write another book.
Okay.
So it was not a planned series. So
Okay.
this time I thought, let me try this. Let me plan a series. So when I started planning, there were certain practical considerations. I knew that, I cannot have a series of very long books because of certain, constraints and all. Like I know मुझे उतना time अभी नहीं मिलेगा. So I decided that I'll write shorter books.
Okay.
So all these Arrogant Stranger books are shorter ones, just 70 pages each or something. Even
Hmm.
this first one is 65 to 70 pages. They're not very long books. So then I thought कि देखो romance में you have to have a happy ending. That's like, मतलब, I know you don't believe that. I know you are like the queen of unconventional endings. But मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि रोमांस में तो होना चाहिए हैप्पी एंडिंग और बहुत ही हैप्पी वाला एंडिंग होना चाहिए. But then in 70 pages, like how do you like make everything happen? So 70 pages में नहीं होगा. So then I have to not approach it like a movie. I have to approach it like a serial types.
Okay.
मूवी का हैप्पी एंडिंग होता है पर सीरियल में हर एपिसोड में तो यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट हैप्पी एंडिंग.
Yes, there is a cliffhanger.
देन आई कन्विंस माई सेल्फ कि ठीक है अभी ये एपिसोड के जैसे सोचो इसको. इट्स अ शॉर्टर बुक, पूरी स्टोरी तो नहीं होगी. Right? So then I had to then I decided कि अलग अलग एपिसोड का एक थीम होना चाहिए. So this is like a seasonal theme series. First one is in the winter. First one, Arrogant Stranger is the name of the series. So the first book is a winter of encounters. So it ends at like the New Year party or something. It's like winter का essence पूरा winter feels है इसमें, पूरा Christmas feels, New Year party, everything is there. And I'm like ठीक है, winter का feel हो गया. So now the next season is spring. So spring में then there'll be like outdoorsy feels, there'll be hiking, there'll be whatever. So where to end the story वो ऐसे ही था कि right now it is a winter of encounters. They will encounter each other. तो वहाँ कुछ interest generate होना चाहिए.
Right.
And then there will be the spring of possibilities. So in the spring you will realize कि नहीं यहाँ actually कुछ होने वाला है मतलब. So then after that hopefully I will write about a summer also. I decided I'm writing like start हो गया है वो, अब कितना time लगेगा complete होने, I don't know. So there will be a summer also. And then there'll be fall also, like fall and autumn. So hopefully I'll have like a full spectrum of seasons. So to end it with, it was little bit of that only, that, timeline wise, end it within the winter, but then kuch to, it is a winter encounter. So ended at a note where they have met each other multiple times, but abhi, there's lots of things जो आगे चल के possibilities पता चलेंगे.
Nice. So, are you planning to end it at fall and autumn, or are you planning to end it at the next winter when things are finally like stabled?
See, अभी planning stages में कुछ कुछ होता है वो हमेशा final नहीं होता है, because sometimes you plan something and the characters take you somewhere. But as of now, planning stage में तो मैंने यही सोचा था that I'll have 4 seasons, just general जो 4 seasons. This is not Bombay जहाँ monsoon भी होगा. This is Ohio, right?
Yeah.
So this is in the US. So 4 traditional seasons वहाँ पे. There is going to be winter is already done, spring is already published this month only. Then hopefully I'll publish summer and then fall. But see, fall is like not a very happy season. Fall is like, it is a very beautiful season, but fall is like patjhad. उसमें मैं love story कैसे end कर सकती हूँ?
Yes, right.
So patjhad में cannot end the story. So next, then it will not be a traditional season. Hopefully it will be like a season of love. It can be in any season. It is the season of love. Whatever season it is, love will happen. Because love story तो end में तो happy ending चाहिए ना?
तो फरवरी में कर देना.
तो मुझे नहीं पता कौन से मंथ में होगा उसका फाइनल.
I mean, you are saying season of love, so what better than February?
Yeah, so I feel कि fall के बाद एक end में एक book होना पड़ेगा, 5th book, which will be like all the lovey-dovey things, totally happy ending book.
Nice.
But I have not reached there, so I don't know exactly उस book में क्या होगा.
But
that's the idea.
The summer encounters have already been written.
No, I just started writing only. I'm not so disciplined. I'm kind of, I try to plan, but then life happens. So मेरा पहले यही था कि no, I will write all the books and then publish one after the other एक महीने में, and it will be like great, and like नहीं हो पा रहा मुझसे.
Yeah, life I can totally get.
Yeah, so then I'm like, okay, don't expect too much from yourself. अभी ये लिख के हो गया, publish it. Then the next one you'll keep writing. So I just started writing. So I have an idea about what I want in that book, but I haven't really, एक भी chapter complete नहीं हुआ है.
But the honesty,
I'm very honest. That if nothing else, I'm very honest. खुद ही आके मैं बोल रही हूँ.
And we have Shilpa here. She has commented, "Wow, I'm liking this seasonal spectrum." Yeah, it is very interesting, and I have read the first book, so I can assure you that. I mean, I am very confident that the others are good also.
Thank you. Like I am trying to make them as good as possible, whatever मेरे capacity में है. But that's the plan. And I'm working on the summer book already. And these are shorter books, na 70 pages है. So if I find actually, if I'm able to get into the zone, तो जल्दी भी हो सकता है. But I can't promise anything because मैं बहुत plan करती हूँ और फिर कुछ हो जाता है.
Which brings me to my second question. Since you have written almost, I mean, all your books have been romances, right? If I'm correct, all romance. So do you think romance stories change when they are placed in a foreign setting, especially for a protagonist like Sia, who's navigating cultural adjustment also? And I'll come to the next question later. There's an add-on question also, but can you answer this first? Yeah.
I mean, definitely the setting does change the way you go about, describing the situations and all. Definitely does, because in a foreign setting, a setting which is foreign to the person, they will just notice all these basic things.
Yeah.
Right? The things that are basic to that setting, they will not realize that it is so basic. Like they will be noticing all the basic things. Yeah. So I think that's the magic of a foreign setting is that the person, it is not a native setting for the person. So all the normal things also they find amazing. About somebody who lives in Columbus, Ohio, they see snow every year for at least 3 months. It keeps snowing. Okay. But for Sia, it's a magical thing.
Yeah.
It's not normal. Like for her, it's a first snow. And like Sia is from India, where Diwali and all she celebrates. Wahan pe utna Diwali,
yeah,
you won't find those vibes. But then Christmas will be a big festival. So those normal things are different for her.
Yeah.
And so every setting that I write, actually, for me as a person, all the settings are familiar. Till date, whatever novels and books I've written it in the cities where I have actually lived in. Like my first two books are in Indore. The series is called Love in Indore, and I actually live in Indore. Then the Gulab Jamun book, the Unexpected Gulab Jamun, that is set in Mumbai, and I grew up in Mumbai. I was in Mumbai till college भी सब Mumbai में. And then Columbus, I did my PhD from Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio, USA. वहाँ में 6 साल I lived there. Right? PhD करने में काफी time भी लगा मुझे. So Sia and Sam are also students at the Ohio State University in Columbus.
Yeah.
So for me, many of these things are kind of, lived experiences, like, and, it's easier for me to draw on my own personal experiences and write. Because for me, it's not a foreign setting. But I can imagine that for Sia, it's something new.
Yeah.
Or, how do I feel, when I experienced snow for the first time in Ohio State University. So definitely that is a part of
that
the journey.
Was other part that I was confused about reading out, because it was heartwarming and relatable for me also. I also grew up in India. It's a tropical country. We don't get to see snow so much.
Yeah.
And I experienced it for the first time in 2021 when I moved to the Netherlands. And it was a similar experience as you have mentioned in the book. What Sia experiences and feels about watching snow for the first time and being mesmerized by it. Totally relatable. And that brings me to the second part of the question, which is for rom-com lovers, be it readers or authors, what elements do you think are non-negotiable in the genre and why?
I think romance में, of course, non-negotiable तो है कि एक romantic couple has to be there. Goes without saying.
Yes, of course, yes.
Apart from that, romance can be lots of different things. I think it doesn't have to fit into one particular category, but there are lots of genres of romance that do well. So for me, I think romance में the way I write, like, yes, happy ending has to be there and some romantic couple has to be there. Other than that, anything the setting can be anything. Like it can be a fantasy romance, or it can be a contemporary romance, or it can be historical romance. It can be any sort of romance.
Yeah.
So non-negotiable तो उतना ही है. Has to be some romantic relationship somewhere. But my romances are typically they're all contemporary romances with normal people. There is no fantasy, and there is no, like, all the people are like regular people. Like there are billionaire romances and there are, those kinds of things. So I don't write those, but my romances are about regular people. Like what I like to call regular people. Sabka regular se alag hota hai, I guess.
Yeah,
but these are like, so these are like normal people living their normal lives.
Okay. Yeah. And just another question that popped up in my head in this question is, do you believe that one should follow tropes? And is there a particular trope or tropes that you follow that has been, like romance lovers love, and it's a safe, setting or something to follow?
Yes, I see what you're saying. In romance novels, many times people look for tropes.
Yeah.
Like arranged marriage is a trope that especially in India, I've seen it's quite popular. Like even my first book was an arranged marriage book, and it did very well. So arranged marriage definitely. And then, enemies to lovers and friends to lovers and vagera vagera. Then lots of tropes are there. When I start writing a book, typically I don't start it to write about a trope. लेकिन कोई ना कोई trope तो आ ही जाता है.
Yeah.
Because romance, there are so many of them. So it is just, I think tropes are more of a marketing strategy, that you should make the people aware that my book has so and so trope, that people who like that trope will pick up the book. So for me, the story does not come from the trope.
Yeah.
The story comes from, me wanting to explore a different topic or, a different strategy. Like for me, Arrogant Stranger started because एक दिन मैं ऐसे ही सोचने लगी कि कुछ लोग लक में कितना बिलीव करते हैं ना.
Yes.
Everything is about कि ये अनलकी हो जाएगा, ये लकी हो जाएगा, ये डे लकी है, ये अनलकी है, and everything. So one day I was just randomly wondering, and I have a friend whose birthday is on 13th of January, and just always joke about it कि Friday the 13th को पैदा हुई थी क्या तू मेरा. So वो एक feeling आया एक दिन.
Okay.
And that was the beginning of this book. And then other things slowly, I'm like, okay, I want to write a series and it has to be seasons and all of that came later. So it was not, the starting of the book was not a trope. But every book will definitely have some trope.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Because
subconsciously also comes in. If we do, even if you are not trying.
falling in love, either they knew each other or they did not know each other.
Yeah.
Either there is an age gap or there is not an age gap. You know, either it is friends to lovers or enemies to lovers or something, you know, मतलब कुछ तो होगा उसके अंदर. You just have to find out ऐसा situation है तो इस trope को क्या बोलते हैं and you use it in marketing. But my stories will not start with a कि I want to write about this trope. ऐसा usually शुरू नहीं होता है मेरा.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for answering that. That brings me to the end of questions I had for you. The floor is now yours. You have also read my latest title.
I have, and this is a very, for this one, of course, you have made so many illustrations. So this is your book.
Yes.
Yes. I'm assuming you made this drawing, this figure. Very cool, very nice.
Thank you. I engineered my prompt on Gemini to create this.
Yes, I saw, like, you know, all the disclaimer and all also I read.
Yeah.
I read the whole disclaimer of your book. Usually, I will not read the front material of any book. Nobody reads it. Like, itna kaun. But I actually read your whole, you know, disclaimer. Itna lamba hai, pura bada.
Because I
found it so interesting that Manali is doing this.
Yeah.
And this was like, yeah. So this is a very different kind of a book. Like I have read other books of yours. So you have written poetry and then you have written short stories and then you have written novels. So I'm like, oh, Manali ne kuch aur fir se naya kiya hai. So I was very excited to pick up this book. And you know, this is not one of those books where you will just decide ki abhi baith ke we'll finish it in one reading. This is a book that you want to go back to. Kind of, you know, and it is very convenient because if you have a feeling, हाँ वो वाला मुझे याद है, पढ़ना है, it is fully alphabetically arranged. So it is easy to find also in the book. Like, yeah, see, there's all these contents are like ABCD. You can go, right? So A say, awesome comeback. Right? Even the first one, so relatable, like an awesome comeback at the right moment. As opposed to usual 10 days later and realizing, damn, why didn't I think of this at that time? This is so relatable because kitne baar hota hai that you are talking to someone and it's irritated and that time tum aa jate ho, fir baad mein lagta hai, nahi yaar, I should have said this.
Yes.
So वो होता है कि वो सही comeback सही time पे नहीं आता है.
Yes.
Yes. So these nuggets are like quite relatable and all these figures you have made, na? All these.
Yes.
As per the disclaimer, all the art is Manali has done all this.
Yes.
Right, and it's very beautiful, and all the little, you know, dialogues in that bubble, really sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to know that.
Another one that I really liked was this one because this is like just truly about Manali because it is about her name. It's about her name. This one is unknown people. This you mein aa raha hai idhar.
Yes.
Unknown people or strangers pronouncing or getting my name correctly at the first go and hopefully without making a joke about it. No Kulu Manali, Manali trans, Manali ka maal, Manali hash references. So this is quite funny. First of all, because I can totally relate कि Manali सुनके Kulu Manali तो आता होगा. The other thing is that usually most of the people don't get my name right in the first go.
Yeah.
I have had this bachpan ka experience because I grew up in Maharashtra, like Mumbai. And in Mumbai, Renuka is a very common name.
Yes.
Renuka Sahane is so famous.
Yeah.
Right? So my name is Venuka, but invariably people used to think ये Renuka ही होगी. तो फिर first बार में समझ आया कि ये Venuka है. That's also for me also. Like I can totally relate to that. So this one again has you know your breaking news. Your sense of humor is a joke here, वगैरह. You joke about my name. I silently judge your shirt. We all have coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Quite cute.
Yes,
Yes.
that is what the woman is thinking. I mean,
That is
obviously.
what the woman is thinking. That is what the woman is thinking. So I mean, every page is like layered. Once you read the first one, जैसे मैंने पढ़ा unknown people or strangers pronouncing. So most of these are relatable. At least to me, they were very relatable. Then मैं खुद अपनी story सोच रही हूँ. फिर हमने कहा अच्छा मनाली का क्या experience था इसमें? Then you read अच्छा कुल्लू मनाली. Okay, and then there is this illustration that goes with it. So that was my experience of reading the book. Like it was really quite a lot of fun, and I sometimes still I'll go back and read ये वाला कौन सा था yeah, let us see what was this alphabet about. So I'll read another one. Let us see. अभी unknown people में you से ही देखते हैं. हाँ, there's this one. उसके just पास में ये unexpected compliments.
Oh, yes.
हाँ, unexpected compliments, those kind words that brighten your day when you least expect them.
Yeah.
Right? So मतलब होता है like someone says something nice to you, it kind of makes your day. मजा आता है मतलब. Quite relatable. Thanks for noticing. I try my best to be this awesome. This awesome word also I relate to.
Yeah.
When I was in that phase, na, ये arrogant stranger लिखते हुए, I was reliving PhD phase. Like when I was a student, like a PhD student, I remember 20s वाला phase. So वो बहुत ups and downs वाला phase था. बहुत सारे life की चीजें तब तक decided नहीं होते हैं. बहुत सारी चीजों में करियर में क्या होगा, फैमिली में क्या होगा, क्या मेरी शादी होगी कभी, मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें रहती है. So that was the phase where I used to do this. अपने आप को self no, I'm awesome. This will happen.
Self reminder, yes.
So this really kind of struck a chord with me.
Nice.
I used to say this, no, I'm awesome and this will work out for me. So
Nice.
yeah, this whole book was very relatable to me, and it was really quite fun to read. And I'm continue to flip through the pages every once in a while. So it's been really cool.
Thank you.
So Manali,
Yes.
I also have a few questions for you.
Okay.
We must answer it very seriously.
Okay, I will try.
Okay, so my first question is because I read your full disclaimer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is that, see, since we last talked, I think हमारा 2024 में हुआ था last,
Yes.
when we talked to each other. So it's been some time. And in that time, lots of things have changed in the AI space.
Yes.
Right? So my question is, are there any major changes in your author life since more AI tools have become available in the last few years?
One major advantage for me has been, of course, that I have been able to venture into a creative side that I was not able to explore previously, because of course there were time restraints and I didn't want to put my energy into something that I wasn't interested in. But then I realized that now AI can also aid me in this manner where I can show visualization of my writing in a way that I don't have to involve a third party. I can do it myself. So that has been one major advantage. And I was able to, put illustrations into my first nonfiction book ever. And I continue using that particular bit now for my blogs. I write blogs also very regularly. I put up blogs on my very active blog. And now I use Google Gemini to generate featured images or images that go with the text of my blog post. So that has been one major change. I used to shy away from that, I used to rely on other platforms to provide me the pictorial representation, the correct pictorial representation that I was looking for. So in that manner, definitely very helpful. The other bit where AI has helped me very much is the editing of my first draft. It looks out for the typos that I might have missed, and that used to become very embarrassing for me because whatever we do, that one particular typo is always going to stay rigidly there. So that has been another very added advantage of AI for me. And when I'm looking for ideas, if I generally what happens with me is that I already have an idea in my head, but I don't know how to carry it forward or how to nuance it. So in that manner also AI has been helpful. I give it the kind of prompt that is in my head, being very specific to what kind of output I'm looking for, and then it helps me generate a rough outline for the idea that I have in my head, and then I can take it ahead. So I think these are the three main advantages that I have had with AI, and it has definitely made my life easier and my work faster as a creative person.
Mm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's been a tool that, if you use it in a smart way, it makes life easier.
Yes.
But
Having said that, I do want to reiterate on the point that don't rely on AI completely for it all. Use it as a tool, make it work for you, and not the other way around. And it can never replace the human touch, be it in your writing or be it in your editing. In both manners, you have to rely on a person to make your final draft the way it should be. And also, when you are writing the first draft, also yourself, don't just simply put in the prompt and take the story or the write up directly from the AI. Put your thought into it also somewhere. At
yeah.
least, yeah, at least more than 70% has to be you. You can't simply take 100% from the AI. It can help you 20-30%. I would say only 5 to 10%. But if you are very, very much like, somebody who's not used to writing, then I would say I give you some discount and say use 20-30%. But ideally only 5 to 10%. So yeah.
All the universities also have to use, plagiarism check and AI check for all the students.
I have come across writings, I mean blog posts definitely that are 100% AI generated. That I have come across. I have also come across books that are completely AI generated. I'm like, where is this world going? Are we not going to use our creativity at all? So yeah, that's wrong. Don't use the AI for that. It's supposed to help you, not just do your work for you.
Mhm.
So
Agreed. Yeah, it's difficult to define kind of a limit. ना वो gray area होता है बीच में. It's
exactly.
difficult to realize when you have crossed over to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
if used with caution, I think it will be good. But AI, मतलब, if people want to follow you or read your work, there has to be something engaging there, and it is difficult, I believe. Just AI को भी तुम क्या बोलोगे करने के लिए?
हाँ मतलब फर्स्ट थॉट तो तुम्हारे हेड में ही आना चाहिए ना. यू कैन जस्ट जनरेट अ स्टोरी फॉर मी. तो वो तो दे ही देगा ना यार.
Then that will be like a very generic thing. It will be like
Yeah.
an average of whatever is out there. It won't
Yeah.
be something
Exactly. Yeah.
different. And I agree. Overuse करना problem हो सकता है.
Yes.
But that said, I agree. It does tend to save our time and give us more creative options.
Yes. So it aid you definitely. Yes. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I have another question for you. Like I said in the beginning, like I've followed your work and we've been chatting like कितने साल हो गए अब. So you have explored all sorts of formats. You have written poetry and you have written books, prose, short stories, and you have written novels. And now this one is an illustrated book. So my question is that how has your experience been different? Like what are the major differences that you have found between these different formats? Like in your experience, yeah.
Yeah, I am going to be very honest here. My experience has been a mix of both good and bad. The good thing has been that I have been able to explore all genres. I mean, widely all the genres. I have not yet gone into self-help and all those kind of genres yet, and I don't think I ever will. But never say never. So, yeah, broadly all genres I have explored now, and it breaks my heart to admit this, that what the people are saying is true, that there is a wider audience for nonfiction and romance. And I have seen it myself in the figures that I see on my Amazon dashboard. I have seen it in the way my paperbacks are also doing and being received out there. Nonfiction and romance has been the genre for me which has done the most well out of all my books. So that has been an experience. So now I am thinking that maybe I should have gone with romance and nonfiction first and then tried to explore poetry more. Maybe that would have been the right path to take. because based on what people would read in romance and non-fiction from me, they would have ventured into poetry and short fiction. Maybe more openly, I would not have to persuade them so much कि हाँ भाई मैंने ये genre भी लिखे हैं तुम देखो जाके. That has been an eye opener. That yeah, what people are saying out there is definitely true. That non-fiction has the highest number of audience, highest number of readers, yes. And secondly, if you're going into fiction, then you have to go with romance or something which is a long form fiction, not with short stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think lots of adventure and science fiction and fantasy, lots of genres sell well. Like horror is a genre in itself, but it's then genre fiction. Like you have to fit into some box.
Exactly. And what I meant was that it has to be long form fiction.
I
Short
agree.
fiction इतना नहीं चलेगा जितना long form fiction
Agree.
will grab more readers and attention. So yeah, those are the two learnings I've had, both good and bad.
So I will add on question to that, and the question is that which, like, after having explored so many forms, like in the future, which one do you think you're going to be pursuing the most?
Oh my God, this is again a difficult question because poetry comes so naturally to me and I know I'm good at it. I mean, out of all the genres that I write, I know I do poetry the best. So that is one genre I will not be able to give up even if it doesn't well. So something I don't know whether you have noticed or not, but it's definitely been my conscious choice and attempt to do something different in poetry also, like create a subgenre in poetry or create a sub theme for the poetry books that I put out. So I want to explore more subgenres in poetry and sub themes which I can touch upon. And now since people know that I do well in romance and non-fiction, hopefully people will explore more of my poetry also. That is something I'm not giving up. No.
No. I mean, sometimes we write for ourselves also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the other thing is that not everybody is going to like everything. It is just maybe the market for romance, I'm sure, might be bigger than the market for poetry, but I'm sure there are lots of people who appreciate good poetry. So
yeah,
I mean, power to you for exploring so many avenues.
Sending it out to the universe to keep inspiring me with new concepts in poetry. So
Excellent. So I'm going to expect more poetry from you in the future. Definitely.
2025 is the only year where I only put out one book, and that also was not poetry. So 2025, I have taken a break from poetry. Can you believe that?
Actually, I did not publish any books in 2025.
Oh, so it's been
technically, Arrogant Stranger, the first part, Winter of Encounters, was in winter of 2024.
Yes.
And the second one, I thought I will write it sooner, but stuff kept happening. And then was January 2026 mein aaya. Mera 2025 is like, I had told myself that I will put out at least one book every calendar year.
Yeah.
But मेरा 2025 मिस हो गया क्योंकि 24 के एंड में एक आया, 26 के बिगनिंग में दूसरा आया, and in the middle I was just, life happened.
Exactly.
So somehow I didn't manage it. So होता है, sometimes we do things that we don't expect we're doing. But I think that's another parallel between you and me. हम दोनों का 2025 कुछ अलग ही था.
Yeah, from the previous 5 years, 2025 was the one that I completely strayed away from whatever schedule I had been following the previous years. So yeah.
Yes. Same thing happened for me also, but it's cool. I mean, life is like that. We have to plan, but we have to also know that sometimes plans don't work out. So it's
okay. Now we move on to the rapid fire round. Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
So Venuka, how we go with this is we'll go back and forth. One question I ask, one question you ask. Okay? Shall we start?
Okay, cool.
Okay. My first question to you is one word for Sia's emotional state at the start of the book versus one at the end of book one.
I think start of the book, I mean, if you consider the prologue as the start of the book, then I think it would have to be, I think she's conflicted. I would say like there's lots going on and she's has like conflicting feelings. ऐसे भी नहीं. And at the end of the first book, of course, I would say heartbreak is the dominant emotion, which I usually don't do at the end of a book. But ये series है.
Yes.
तो
Yeah.
फिर थोड़ा तो heartbreak होना पड़ेगा.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now my turn. Okay, so for your latest book, like we discussed, it's an illustrated book. Was it more fun doing the illustrations or was it more fun doing the writing part?
Oh. Oh, now you put me in a fix. I can't choose one, but yeah, Dil pe patthar rakhe hain. I have to admit that the illustrations were definitely more fun, even though they took more of an effort from my side because putting the prompts and getting the correct result the first go was not all. Did not happen for any of the illustrations. I mean, at least 2 attempts to sab mein gaye hain. And plus, I had to put in the speech bubbles and work on the captions. So that was definitely a lot more fun. The nuggets didn't take that much time actually, except for the letters where they were letters where we don't have many words around those. Like for X and Z, we don't have many words that I could put in the nugget.
But you didn't miss any. I mean, you just made sure. X में भी बहुत सारा था. You words ढूंढ के लाई है मदारी.
So yeah, illustrations definitely more fun because they were also situations from my own life, no, that I was trying to put in an illustrated version. So yeah. Okay, my next question. If the book had one chapter from the arrogant stranger's point of view, at which point in the story would you place it, and how would it start?
See, because you had only the first. That's why you asked me this question.
The second book में भी
the second book actually starts with the arrogant stranger's point of view. Because my idea was that in the first book, he's a stranger, so we don't know much about him. But in the second book, slowly we are getting to know him. The audience should also get to know him a little bit. So it starts with the arrogant stranger's point of view. And it's spring, so it's outdoorsy. Like he's out for a run and then he goes to the gym. And अभी winter के coat वोट थे. अब कोट उतरेगा तो पता चलेगा wow, समन्वय कॉल is so fit. And he goes to the gym. So it's consistent that he's expected to be quite fit.
Acha, but this chapter mein, if we had to put his in any of the chapters, where would you put it?
See, उसका point of view little bit हो सकता है skiing वाले मतलब skiing तो नहीं snow tubing they go ना. Yeah. Snow tubing he's kind of थोड़ा सा pulling her leg and little थोड़ा चल रहा है वहाँ पे. तो वहाँ पे it would be actually interesting to know कि उसके दिमाग में actually क्या चल रहा है. I actually most of my other novels in the beginning only दोनों point of view I share. But in this book I wanted to do something different and plus I said arrogant stranger है तो let him be a stranger. Let us not peep into his brain at least in the first one. बट मेरा मन फिर भी मान नहीं रहा था. आधे बुक के बाद मैंने लिखा भी एक समन्वय कॉल का चैप्टर, फिर मैंने डिलीट भी किया उसको कि नहीं वेनुका, दिस इज नॉट व्हाट वी डिसाइडेड. बट आई थिंक दैट वाज अ पॉइंट, लाइक दैट्स अ पॉइंट आई थिंक वहां पे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हो सकता था. Like Sia is so scared of heights and speed and everything, she's struggling through that experience and he is just what पीछे उसके बट क्यों वो कर रहा है? मे बी आई मीन वी डोंट नो, लाइक उसके पीछे कुछ और रीजन भी हो सकता था. मे बी इट्स कमिंग फ्रॉम अ गुड प्लेस इन हिज हार्ट, वी डोंट नो.
I think it was coming from a good place. He played he was playing a उसको इरिटेट करो ताकि वो एंजॉय कर सके.
हाँ, बाद में किया उसने एंजॉय, तो वो रियली में वो चाहता था वो एंजॉय करे इसलिए कर रहा था कि वो बस इरिटेट कर रहा था. बट अगर हम उसका पर्सपेक्टिव डालते तो वो भी बहुत, आई थिंक इट कुड हैव बीन रियली फन.
Yeah, that would have been a good point to place his POV. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I almost wrote that chapter and then I was like, no, let him remain a mystery for at least this first part.
Nice. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So your book goes in full alphabetical order. From every alphabet you have extracted one nugget of relatable experience. Yes. So which is your favorite alphabet? And why?
I think the most favorite would have been, I think it was challenging also to give up on that. For you, like it was difficult to hold back your POV. I think it was for me the letters A and S. These two are very common. We have so many words and adjectives and prepositions and of so many things that I could have started the nugget with from those particular letters. So I had to cut down myself कि नहीं अभी छह है सबके लिए तो सबके लिए छह ही रहेगा.
Holding your eye back.
Yeah, you can't be biased towards one particular letter because उसमें ज़्यादा मिल रहा है तुम्हें. So
Yeah.
then it can't be balanced. So yeah.
True.
My next question to you. Just give me a second. My laptop has shut down. Low battery.
Oh.
Yeah, the curse of technology.
Yes, we tend to rely on it.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes, my third question to you is a supporting character who has already figured out the sparks between the leads and how.
Of course, you read the book, so ऐसा तो really में तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है. But we can always imagine. I think if somebody has to figure out what's going on, it can either be like right now. I think Tia has spent some amount of time in Pittsburgh. So अगर New Year party में कुछ देख के observe किया है तो Dipti, her cousin, can figure out something.
Yeah.
Because they are like one sisterly love is going on there. तो वहाँ पे कुछ she can figure out कि कुछ हो रहा है. But overall in the series, Maya and Sia also as roommates, they are very close to each other.
Yeah.
So Maya is also somebody who can very easily like probably catch कि something is fishy, कि इसका behavior बहुत change हो रहा है. So in principle, if somebody already has figured out कि कुछ हो रहा है, it has to be one of these two people.
Yeah. I also thought Deepthi. Yeah.
Yeah. Because especially in the first book, I think the arrogant stranger became more of a this thing. Pittsburgh में ज़्यादा हुआ ना, मतलब even snow tubing also. Then there was this party also, and then so I think Deepthi फिलहाल तो I think is in a position that she can maybe realize something is going on.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, so again, this third question is because I read your front matter of your book. And you are roasting your husband. And
Yes.
I met you only once, I think 2 years ago when you came to Indore for a book fair, and I was also there. And I have a memory of your husband, which is very distinct memory because my son was very young at that time. I came to the book fair with my son, and in front of the stall, कोई तो कुछ लिखा था PUNE, कोई पुणे के बुक के बारे में कुछ था, कोई कुछ स्टॉल था. And my son was some 5-6 years old, and he said, "What is meaning of pune?" Like PUNE, he read it as pune. And I was like, oh my god, ये मेरा बेटा क्या पढ़ रहा है? And your husband immediately, Manan, he responded, I always wanted to read this word like that. ये तो pune होना चाहिए था. ये पुणे को क्यों PUNE लिखा है? And that thing is just stuck in my memory that, you know, instead of laughing at my son कि ये तू पुणे को कैसे पढ़ रहा है, now we are laughing at the word. ये तो pune होना चाहिए था. So, like, you know, he seems to have a very good sense of humor.
Oh yes, he does.
तुम खींच नहीं सकते हो उसको फिर. So my question is that if your husband was an alphabet of the English like alphabets, so which alphabet would he be and why?
No, I think the name that he has, it suits him very well. So the letter M definitely makes me think of him because the meaning of his name is someone who is thoughtful. And he always puts thought into everything, whether it is personal or professional. बहुत सारा thought रहता है उसके her action or her spoken word के पीछे. So I know that he shows that he is not bothered or, you know, reluctant, but I know there is a lot of thought that goes behind in his mind that he's not showing to anyone. So yeah, definitely the letter M. Yeah. And the name that he has, it suits him.
Excellent. So we should all choose the name of our kid very carefully.
Yes.
Because in this case, the name really suit ho gaya.
Yes. Okay, my next question to you is, now I have mashed up our two books and the next two questions are going to be both Fit Melt and your book. combined.
Oh.
So my first question in that is a fit-melt illustration that immediately made you think of a scene or character from The Arrogant Stranger, and why?
A scene or
A scene or sorry, what did I do?
character?
No,
Okay.
a
No, I get it.
fit-melt illustration. When you read my book, you were immediately
Yeah.
reminded of your book, something from your book.
Yes, so this happened multiple times. So one of the times has to be there was something about home cooked meal or something. Let me see.
हाँ. किसी के घर home cooked meal.
Home cooked meal with zero effort. It immediately made me think because Sia is the main character protagonist of my book. She is in the US, so far away from home, India se dur. And then from Columbus, she has gone to Pittsburgh to meet a cousin. Like वो Aunt Roshni उसकी पापा की cousin है. So she's just like a family relatives के यहाँ गई है. So after many months, suddenly she's sitting in the US in the snow and all, but she's getting home cooked food. Like
Yeah.
भी मिल रही है उसको, and she's like so.
Yeah. That's another point where I was like relatable because she was using something else as a replacement of the Indian flatbread. वो same
Yes.
है.
हाँ, मैं भी यूएस में थी तो कई बार वो मेक्सिकन टॉर्टियाज होते थे ना, वो मिल जाते थे वॉलमार्ट या व्हाटएवर इन सम ग्रोसरी यू विल फाइंड द मेक्सिकन टॉर्टियाज. दे आर नॉट रियली रोटी. आई मीन
Exactly.
इट्स समथिंग वो हम उस टाइम एज स्टूडेंट्स अब कौन रोटी बनाएगा, तो वी यूज्ड टू समटाइम्स बाय दैट. बट वो जो घर में ऐसे वो फुल्का जो फुला हुआ मिलता है, तो वो सिया को बहुत ही एकदम इमोशनल हो गई वो उधर. वही दैट होम कुक मील वन, इट रिमाइंडेड मी ऑफ सिया.
For me, it was the other way. When you read your book, when you read my book, you were thinking of your book. When I read your book, for me, that scene, I was reminded of Fitmelt when they are talking about baking cookies. जब पूरे किचन में cookies का smell आ रहा है, cinnamon. And there is one particular nugget here where I'm talking about the smell of baked goods.
Yes.
When she's passing from that bakery and she's smelling the baked goods. Yeah.
And she made some comment. Yeah. I remember.
So
yes, so baked goods was also there.
Yeah.
Then I think your book has some DIY का भी कुछ एक है.
हाँ.
कुछ home decor DIY कुछ ऐसा है. So that reminded me, I mean, because Christmas tree is also kind of like घर में ही हम सजाते हैं. And Sia has her first Christmas tree decorating experience at her cousin's place in Pittsburgh. And then they make a new ornament, this whole DIY photo leke and all, chipkate hain. So I think that kind of also reminded me, the whole DIY thing reminded me of the Christmas tree wala part.
Yes.
So there were many actually.
Yes. अगर देखे तो काफी सारे ऐसे.
पर अब इतना सब कुछ तो याद नहीं है, वो बुक देखेंगे तो फिर से आएगा.
Exactly. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so you also love Bollywood, we all know. तुम्हारा बहुत सारा Bollywood related होता है, posts and all, and book में भी है, love triangle में भी बहुत Bollywood दिल DLJ was there. So my next question is that if for this present like latest book of yours, instead of a title, if you had to give like a Bollywood song as a title for the book, then which Bollywood song would it be?
ये तो बहुत interesting question है. I didn't think of a song for this book. There is one particular song. I think वो मेरी personality को भी बहुत suit करता है. There is a song from Veer Zara, the film Veer Zara, starring Shah Rukh Khan and Preeti Zinta, जहाँ पे the intro song of Preeti Zinta, where उसका first scene है. And the song is हम तो भाई जैसे हैं वैसे रहेंगे. And I think that is total vibe of this book.
वैसे रहेंगे. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember ऐसा एक song है. And it fits so well because you know this book is about
being yourself.
Being yourself, and
quite. That I think matches the whole vibe of the book also. Okay, my last question to you is this is a fun question. I had so much fun thinking about what your responses were. You have to choose one nugget from Fitmel to best describe the characters from The Arrogant Stranger and justify your choice. Okay, and the first person is Sia.
God, अब मुझे पूरे book फिर से देखना पड़ेगा.
Off the top of the head, if you can think, it's okay, no pressure.
Okay. Sia, I think venturing into the unknown
हाँ.
वाला कुछ था.
Yes,
एक,
yes.
I think that one venturing into the unknown was traveling solo or something.
हाँ.
But Shia is kind of venturing into an unknown future when she goes to the US to study. Like, I mean, she's traveling alone from India to the US and, you know, for the first time. So, that's उसके लिए बहुत कुछ venturing into the unknown वाला. So, I feel venturing into the unknown is like a vibe for Sia.
Yes. Next one is Sam.
Samanvay call. Sam is very कुछ भी बोलो वो he has like, you know, I think वो prologue में भी ना they have this thing he wants to give his opinion about everything. So I'm sure he's somebody who would land the one-liners. अभी in the beginning we saw ना when some you think about something and बाद में लगता है अरे ये बोल दिया होता तो Sam is somebody जो बोल के ही आएगा.
Okay, next one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a good friend. I think there was something about friends also in your book. Young
Yes.
friends or something. Yeah. So Maya in this book, I think, is just, you know, she embodies like awesome friendship.
Yeah.
College wali, really awesome friend.
One nugget, I think, where I am talking about making unexpected friends at the right time. Yeah.
वो vibe match हो जाता है वाला.
That was
Maya is also like that because they've known each other only for a few months, but they become very good friends.
Yes. Okay, next one. Aunt Roshni.
Aunt Roshni is just like one really caring person, and you know, but I think unexpected gifts का भी कुछ था, कुछ gifts वाला. Because Aunt Roshni is all about focused, you know, okay, now that we're going snow tubing, I'll, you know, buy books for you and, you know, let's, okay, we have to go to the party, let me buy a dress for you.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, just making sure she has everything she needs and making the next gift. I think there was something in your book about, अरे ये gift में मिल गया मैं तो सोच ही नहीं थी खरीदने का. Something like that was there in your book.
Right. Yes.
So I think Aunt Roshni is that. Where she's judging इसको क्या चाहिए and anyway she's gifting it so that she doesn't want for anything.
Okay, next one. Uncle Dipesh.
Actually, you know what? Uncle Dipesh is the uncle, but you just said ना कि unexpectedly किसी से vibe match हो जाता है. So I know Uncle Dipesh is the uncle, लेकिन he doesn't have the uncle wala vibe. I think he has a very understanding wala vibe and not asking intrusive questions and being all like, you know, providing the support. मतलब I think वो vibe match वहाँ पे भी apply हो सकता है.
Yes.
And uncle is very cool uncle.
Yeah, he's very cool for sure. वो समझ में आ जाता है. He's like he'll respect your boundaries.
Yes.
Okay. And the last one, Deepti.
Deepti, I think we can do the shopping one. I think there was something about shopping in yours. वो market explore करना and all. You know the way Deepti takes her कि अरे ऐसी party है तुम ऐसे dress खरीदने जाएंगे and you know helping her try this on, try that on. So I think shopping vibes, exploring the market vibes, and you know that can embody that. Yes.
Okay, I'm done with my questions. I think you have one more, right?
Yes, I should now. Oh, yes. I have one more question. Okay, so again, I have another Bollywood themed question for you. In this question, you have to tell me that if you had to make an illustrated comic version of a Bollywood movie, which movie would you pick?
Since I have used this movie a lot in my second novel, Love and Melodrama, like DDLJ forms the backdrop of the entire book. So I would say the scene where Raj is giving the hand out and she's climbing into the train. I would make two illustrations. First wala is where they are catching the train to Switzerland, and the second one would be where she's coming running from Bauji.
Yes, Ja Simran जी ले अपनी जिंदगी.
So yeah, those two scenes. Okay, now we come to the last segment where we would be playing an interesting game. It is called the Fitmelt Bingo. There are a bunch of situations and activities related to the nuggets from Fitmelt, and you just have to answer in yes or no, whether you have experienced this or done this lately.
Okay.
The first one is witness the perfect sunset in the last 7 days.
No.
Sunsets
haven't really happened. No.
Okay. Next one. Next one, own a pair of jeans that fits just right.
Yes, I'm currently wearing.
Lovely.
Pair of shoes which I'm in love with. Yes.
Awesome. Next one, ate ice cream before it melted.
It hasn't happened in the last 7 days. Winter chal raha hai, so my gala has been bit, but
Okay.
I can relate to eating ice cream very, very quickly.
Okay. Next one, nailed a witty comeback at the right time.
Come back at the right time. Yeah, I think.
कभी ना कभी तो हुआ ही होगा. Okay, next one. Went on a peaceful walk alone.
Peaceful walk. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Lovely. Next one. Got lost in a great book.
Yes.
Okay. I was hoping that you would say, हाँ मनाली तुम्हारी तो पढ़ी मैंने अभी.
Okay, wait. My internet just glitched a little.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes. Okay. I think the light chali gayi, so my network just shifted to the
Okay. Oh, data switch हुआ. Okay.
Yeah, data switch हुआ. Wi-Fi से 5G पे switch हुआ, so बीच में आए.
I said, since you said yes for that, I was hoping you would also add कि हाँ मनाली तुम्हारी तो book पढ़ी.
हाँ मनाली तुम्हारी तो book पढ़ी ही मैंने. True. ये भी है.
Okay. Next one. Took a shower without adjusting the knobs in the past week.
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I can understand that. Especially when you are sharing a bathroom with someone else also. तो
yes, I'm sharing it with multiple people.
Exactly.
मतलब सब हो रहा है.
Next one. Took up a new hobby or did something creative.
Creative, I think you can say. New hobby, not so much, but creativity little bit happened, I think.
Nice. Next one. Heard a song you forgot you loved.
Oh yes, it happened on the radio. Like when I go to work, so radio chalta rehta hai, and sometimes they'll bring up an old song.
Yeah. Nice.
It happened recently.
Okay. Next one. Found an old note or photo.
Oh, recently, I don't think very recently, but like few months back, my mom was like cleaning out her stuff and she found some old like mere bachpan ke photos.
Oh, how cute. Nice.
Quite cute. Wait, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Wow, this is a black and white photograph. Nice.
Because I was born in the 80s, so it was common to have black and white photos. So my parents found this in one of the old albums and they gave it to me like few months back only. So
nice.
So in the last 7 days, but few months back, my parents found it and gave it to me. Those are quite cute.
You are in your father's lap. That's you, right? The baby.
Yes, I'm in my father's lap.
Yeah.
I'm the little baby.
Yes.
Yes. And my mom is showing some toy.
Oh.
To me, yeah.
Oh, how cute. Okay, next one. Spotted a rainbow in the past year.
Rainbow, yes. I have a feeling I've seen.
उसका टाइमलाइन भी बढ़ा दिया है मैंने इसलिए because
हाँ वो एक साल में because rainbow usually थोड़ा monsoon के आगे पीछे में it happens. So I have a feeling I've seen. Yes.
Okay, next one. Had a random idea that sparked joy.
Sorry,
had a random idea that sparked joy.
Random idea that sparked joy. Yes. It happens to me fairly regularly actually.
Oh, nice.
Because I can sit in my like लोग कहते हैं कि वेनुका तुम बोर नहीं होती फिर no, I'm just कुछ चल रहा है मेरे दिमाग में and then suddenly I start smiling and my kids are like mama. I mean yeah no.
Okay.
So, yes, it happened.
Okay, next one. Took yourself on a date or day out?
I think last week, but it does happen beach mein. I do that.
Okay.
It's a thing that I do sometimes. Just a few years ago, वो Tom Cruise वाली movie आई थी ना, कौन सी वो Mission Impossible का फिर से वाला अभी.
Yeah.
So that time I was like नहीं मैं जा रही हूँ देखने. बच्चों को नानी के पास छोड़ दिया, husband is there off at work or whatever. I'm going watching the movie alone.
Very, very pro this behavior. Yes.
So it happens sometimes. There is something just I just want to do for myself, and I just go and do it. And I don't wait कि मुझे कोई दूसरी company मिले या कुछ. I'm like, I want to do this. I'll just go and do it.
Same. I also go for movies alone. If I want to, I will go. किसी को आना है नहीं आना है बताओ.
हाँ, मतलब of course I don't always watch movies alone. Friends भी होते हैं, कभी family के साथ भी देखते हैं. But if I really want to do something और नहीं मिल रहा है कोई company, it's okay. I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, exactly. मतलब generally तो company होती है, but if nobody is available or willing to come, I will like हाँ ठीक है.
Yeah, and इंदौर में क्या होता है कि the English movies don't run for a very long time.
हाँ.
और English movie भी ना, then the Hindi version of the English, Hindi dubbed version of the English movie, वो run होने लगती है. तो English movie के लिए typically you have a small window of time to catch it.
Yeah.
नहीं, ये English movie है और ये Tom Cruise है और मेरी यादें हैं Mission Impossible के, so I want to watch it in the theater only. मैं तो जा रही हूँ. So it was a while back, but इस तरह की चीजें होते हैं कभी-कभी, and I enjoy doing that also.
Nice. Okay, next one. Smelled something baking.
Yes, I bake cookies for my kids fairly regularly. So
Yes,
we
nice.
did some oatmeal cookies with choco chips last week.
Nice.
Turned out well this time. पिछले बार थोड़े dry हो गए थे, तो I adjusted the ingredients. It turned out well.
Awesome. Okay, next one. Had a good hair day in the past 2 weeks.
ओ मनाली अभी अच्छा ही चल रहा है.
I was going to say, I'm like, let her validate it. I don't want to validate it. Maybe for you, it's not.
Like, I don't expect anything more than this. Like this is like acceptable. इतना तो हो जाता है.
Lovely. Next one. Popped a bubble wrap.
Oh yes. It
Next one.
happened. Amazon का package आया था.
Next one. Ate your comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comfort food, मिठाई and all the cookies bake करते करते भी पेट में चले जाते हैं.
Okay. And the next one. Gazed at the moon in silence.
I don't think so, because usually, oh mama, moon, full moon, circular moon, this that. Moon is usually like bahar kahin and all. So I don't think I've gazed at it in silence.
Okay.
In recent past, yes.
And the next one. Bought something that made you giddy.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. And the last.
I don't think so. Yeah, no. It's okay.
Okay. And the last one. Reconnected with an old friend.
Yeah, reconnecting happened with old friends. Yes. Because this whole Christmas, New Year time, na, people travel. So I was traveling to Mumbai to visit family. So some of my friends were traveling from the US to India to Bombay and all. So it was very nice.
It's nice. We're also connecting after a long time. So that also counts.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's been 2 years almost since we connected.
It's been 2 years since we met. But
Yeah.
even our, like, this online chat also happened after like
Yeah.
more than a year. So
More than a year तो हो ही गया. Yes, definitely.
more than a year तो हो गया ना, 2025. So you only realized कि नहीं था. फिर I was like, हाँ यार.
Yeah.
Then I pushed out the last time and I was like, हाँ, 2024.
Yeah.
So
I also realized that while going through the book titles that we gave away for ECM, and I was like, why have I not called Venuka with this book? So yeah, very happy.
मेरा book तो giveaway में तो गया, so that's good.
Yeah.
उस book के साथ something happened. Like in 2025, we did connect over this book. It is just that it didn't happen through this mode.
Yeah.
So ठीक है, ऐसा भी नहीं है.
And
Didn't
hopefully,
completely skip 2025.
yeah, completely skip over. So yeah, that brings me to the last question before I let you go and wrap up this episode, which is, when are you coming up with the next book so I can have you again as soon as possible?
See, one spring wala book anyway is there.
Yeah.
But the summer book also, like I told you, I started writing it, fingers crossed. If possible, I should release it in the summer only, no?
Yeah.
Summer का book है, तो summer में करना चाहिए.
Books. All 3 books we can have together with the discussion.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because it's a series and छोटे books हैं, so we can discuss together. But let us see. I'm hoping कि summer का book summer तक आ जाए तो अच्छा है.
हाँ.
But अब वो होगा या नहीं, that depends on various things. But keeping fingers crossed.
Yeah. So looking forward to having you with that book again soon. आप
Yes,
उस पे work करो, so that is your motivation कि हाँ मनाली के show में आना है. And I
definitely.
will also start working on the next title कि हाँ अभी वेनिका को वापस बुलाना है.
हाँ, तुम जल्दी से you should also get going with your next book. We'll do this again quickly.
Definitely. And it was lovely having you. Thank you, Venuka, for coming to my show once again. I think this was your fourth or fifth time, but
Yeah,
always fun
definitely.
and always nice having you over. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you so much, Manali. It's always great to chat with you.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye, you too.